Hello and welcome, this is Melskinner, and we're back with some more of the total conversion mod of Stellaris Star Trek New Horizons. In the last video, I contacted a new alien race, the Andorians, and because of this contact, I think I'm going to change my initial plans. So, I had planned to send this science vessel over to Pajem and do that project, but I happen to know that this event can involve the Andorians, so I'd rather get that done sooner rather than later, and I'm afraid with this particular ship, it will take too long to get there because I have to travel all the way across the system and then warp into this system, travel all the way across that system, and then eventually I'll be in Pajem. Whereas over here, this science vessel is on its way to this anomaly. I think I'm going to allow it to do that, but then once it's done, it's already on the border of where it can warp out. We'll let it warp out and then we'll go into Pajem. I think that'll be a little bit quicker. So what are we going to do with this science vessel instead? Well, I think we just have it do this anomaly. Maybe. That's one possibility, although we could have the ship coming out of Pajem do that. Alternatively, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is have it over here. You're scientist. We may need to, oh yeah, there we go. I'll have him come do the anomaly here. Because we're wanting to build an outpost here. As soon as the construction ship is done, I'm going to immediately have it put up an outpost, a Wolf 359. So that's likely something I'm going to do. And then we're going to start, you know, doing mining and what have you. And now that we have contact with another alien race, do we want to build more ships? First off, have we improved our technology enough? We may have. I don't remember this being level 2. So we may have improved our ships a little bit. Let's grab them. Oh, there's no upgrade fleet, so I guess they're fine. We could build a couple more because we may be in conflict with the Andorians. They are militaristic, if I remember correctly, so there may be a reason to do that. Although resources are, they're not bad, but it's a thought. I'll build one more ship, perhaps. That's going to be the starbase. On the other hand, though, yeah, it's more expensive than I thought. All right, never mind. So,
construction complete.
Did I ever reroute this guy? Yeah, I did. All right. That construction was on Earth. And there's power generation, which I'm definitely going to want to grab. So we're no longer losing power. Okay, let's continue. Almost done with that construction.
Construction complete.
We do want to get in here before the Andorians finish surveying, which they're currently working on. So, actually, we'll be able to do it easier if I do it from up here. All right. But yeah, I think I may work to build at least one more ship. We'll see. Maybe a matter of getting better tech unlocked. We'll see. Inactive building. Is that on Earth? Yeah, it's probably this. Oh, it's on Mars. Mars. Oh, somebody may have migrated away. Okay. That kind of stuff happens. So we're keeping an eye on this ship. Once it's done with its anomaly project, we'll send it to Pajem and do that project. You know, there's no time limit that I'm aware of, but it does benefit possibly Andorian relations. So, okay, let's see what we get. Okay, so this is society research. We've got Global Defense Initiative. We've got Bunker Network. Immune to orbital bombardment. Okay. It reduces the orbital bombardment damage. Provides 10 defensive armies. and protects the armies from orbital bombardment and ground-to-space weaponry. Once per month, this facility will automatically fire at enemy ships bombarding this planet. I have a 70% chance to hit a random enemy ship, causing an average of 1,200 points of hull damage. This damage cannot be evaded and will penetrate all armor and shields. Oh, well, that sounds kind of good, but let's see what the other things are. Okay. We've got edicts, then more edicts. Well, honestly, none of these really jump out at me as being super awesome, but, you know, we'll go with this one. In the future, that ground to space or whatever it was called might be cool. If we're being blockaded, it could do some heavy damage to an enemy fleet. Now, it's going to take time for a lot of these bits of travel to happen, so we'll see. I have done this event before, and it's also one that is following the events of the show, so that'd be Star Trek Enterprise. So if you've seen that show, you should be familiar with this particular event. It's one of the more interesting episodes, in my opinion, anyway. Okay. Fortunately, the capsule's decaying orbit was miscalculated, and it entered Wolf 359's atmosphere earlier than expected, burning up. Scans of the debris field prove inconclusive. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's grab our science ship and tell it to go and do the research project. That did look like something, at least the picture looked like something that was reminiscent of an episode in Next Generation. We have Delta aliens and Wolf 359. Okay, I don't see anybody other than the Andorians here. Alright, well, that's a research project, I guess. Alright, we've already jumped into the system. There's the planet, so hopefully it won't take too long. One ship incoming from Wolf 359. Maybe us? But I guess it's us.
Research complete.
Okay, we've got research complete. Let's take a look here. We've got hardened force fields, which gives us a buff to all of our different health points. Oh, hello. Warp reactor. The warp drive allows faster warp speeds by utilizing a matter-antimatter intermixed chamber. That sounds familiar. Thus creating a more stable warp field. That sounds like what we want. And then we also have an upgrade to the phase cannon. Well, I definitely want this because we need those faster warp speeds. And because this is important, we're going to get her on the project. We get a little bit faster progress there. Affirmative. My other guy that are going to work on the project. All right. Let's continue. Okay, Mars Initiative Annual Report. I'm going to skip the first paragraph because I think it's the same we've always read. These are the findings of the committee. The Mars Initiative has already managed to reshape Mars. The ancient planet has been terraformed, lichen cling to the rocks, and the atmosphere even has traces of moisture. The roadmap is progressing nicely, and this committee is estimating over 60% of the project has been completed so far. Well, that's good. Let's continue to give them resources. I think that's important. Looks like the Andorians have left. And we're about to arrive to build our outpost. So I think we're going to be all right for getting this done. We're researching this anomaly, which may, hopefully, will give us resources or something. That'd be nice. I don't know what that one that we missed out on, what it would have done.
Complete.
Okay, we have a thing here. I find it hard to remember sometimes.
Project complete.
Okay, we have this as well. Let's read this real fast. Sometimes that you mortals can't just snap your fingers and have everything you want just handed to you. No, you need infrastructure and whatnot. All the accoutrement of civilization. So let's make this simple. Certain buildings will raise your people's quality of living and will generate a unique resource called prosperity. Accumulate enough prosperity and you can unlock higher living standards and increase the happiness of your people. You can access living standards via the species rights menu. Yes, living standards have an upkeep cost, but really, would you put a price on your citizens' happiness? Oh, you would? How dreadful. Okay, thanks, Q. Alright, so research done. Let's take a look at this species thing. So there. Ah, I see it. Set rights. I can't really look at that right now, but I think that's what he was talking about, so we'll look at it in a second. Alright. Arriving at Pajam, Captain Jasmine Trepier III is greeted in a perfunctory manner by Takash, the monastery elder. After a short tour of the monastery entrance hall, Takash appears eager to send Jasmine Trepier III on her way, unsure whether the odd behavior is typical for the monks to all visitors, or whether something else is bothering the elder Vulcan. Jasmine Trepier III, Mole is investigating further, so we can investigate further, or this is not our concern, get 50 Society research. Let's go ahead and investigate further. And that's going to lock us into an event chain. Is there something else I wanted to do? I think there was. Research, yes. Okay, new research. Alright, we have a new ship class, NX class Explorer. Maybe a science vessel, I'm not really sure. Long range Explorer. An archetype. That'll be ship design. We have Engineering Lab level 2. And we've got this, which gives us some components. Okay. Honestly, I like this one. Get another ship class, maybe an upgrade to our science vessels. I believe the NX class is the same class as the Enterprise would be, and now I do find it interesting. We haven't had any more events for the Enterprise in quite a while, so I don't know how random the likelihood of that is happening. I know I didn't boost its possibilities, so we'll have to see, but we'll go with that. I could start building another military ship now. I may have the resources for it, because it was 200 something to get another frigate. Did I get anything that would help me as far as other systems? I don't think so. Got the inertial dampener, but I think the power is probably more important. In the meantime, okay, let's continue. See if we can go down the event tree. Okay, monastery on. Captain Jasmine Trepier III's concern appears to have been warranted, as further investigation of the grounds has uncovered the presence of an Andorian strike team holding most of the monks hostage, claiming that the monastery is being used to hide a subspace listening post targeting the Andorian Empire. Their leader threatens to detain Captain Jasmine Trepier III and the rest of the away team as Vulcan collaborators. Okay, this is none of our concern or attempt to rescue. Let's attempt to rescue. It may not go well, we'll see. Carry on. Captain Jasmine Trepier III's attempt to rescue the Vulcan monks has succeeded as the away team quickly overpower their attackers. Damage to several monastery walls reveals a number of hidden spaces leading to a vast underground chamber. Inside the subspace listening post, the Andorians claimed was being used against them. Forced with the knowledge that the Vulcan High Command had subverted one of their own holy sites for covert surveillance, Captain Jasmine Trepier III molds her options on how to respond. So we can expose the listening post, which would be good, you know, that would make the Andorians like me, or we can keep the listening post secret. I'm going to expose it, and the reason I'm doing this is because the Andorians don't really like me so much right now, but they will like me here. It may hurt my relationship with the Vulcans, but I would like to eventually form the Federation, and the Andorians are an eventual member of the Federation, so if I can get them to like me, that'd be nice. But at least this is the idea. We'll see. Alright, let's see what happens. News that the Vulcan High Command was using its holy site to hide covert listening posts spread rapidly after the Andorian strike team on Pajam were allowed to depart. While the implications for Earth-Vulcan relations are worrying, it appears that the Andorian Empire will be open to further dialogue in the future. Understood. Oh, there we go. I was just about to say. Alright, we have a few things happening at once here. But this is the NX project, the thing with the Enterprise, so that's good. The NX project has been allowed to proceed at a pace that satisfies both Earth and Vulcan. I wonder if it's because I'm researching the project. Maybe. All that remains now is for the fitting of the prototype vessel in orbit with the Warp 5 engine and defensive equipment. Excellent. So that's the Enterprise thing. I'm guessing we're getting contact from the Andorians. Ah, okay, so this is just an active sensor link for both of us. I'm alright with that, sure. I'll give them what we know, and us, and vice versa. So transfer full map vision. I will agree. But I do want to take a look at the context here. So now the Andorians like me a little bit more. It was at what, 17, 18 before. Now it's up a bit. Granted, the Vulcans not so happy with me, but they liked me quite a bit before, so it's not a big problem. But now we have plus 40 because of that. So let's see if we can communicate now with them. So they would agree to a non-aggression pact. That will get us moving towards trust, which would be important, I think. It also mean that the Andorians won't fight me, so another good thing, because they are a militarist after all. Maybe I won't need that military ship after all. Well, that's the one that I see available, so we'll go with that one. Okay. But we'll get up to 50 in trust with them because of the non-aggression pact, so we'll offer that to them. Okay. And then I may do a trade deal with them, maybe research, if they'll allow for it. I don't think we have anything like that with the Vulcans. Let's see if the Vulcans would do it. I think they said no last time I offered. I think I tried to offer it. I don't remember, honestly. No, they don't want it. They don't want any of that. Okay. Well, it's possible the Andorians would do it. We'll wait for their response, though. See what they have to say. Curie is now available. As I had said I had originally planned to do, I'm going to go ahead and have her, maybe we do it like this. Research anomalies in system. Okay, well that's not bad. I'm happy with that. So, do we want to build another combat ship? I mean, I haven't this entire time, and it may be a good idea because I'm not going to have Q watching my back like he did with my first playthrough. And if this follows Enterprise, I know there's going to be some events that could happen where I might want military ships. I don't have that great of a memory of Star Trek Enterprise, but I remember some of it. I remember some of the main events, but it's, you know, it's been a few years, so, and it's not one of my favorite series. But I saw at least the first couple seasons, at least that much. So some of these things are familiar, like that event that we just had with the Andorian strike team. And, you know, if you've seen that episode in question, then that did follow the course of that episode. Now, there may be a chance that it might have gone a different way, but we did end up following the line of what that episode had in it. I will build one of these, because I think we can afford one. But that's probably it. All right, let's continue. Oh, there's our information from the Vulcans. Still haven't heard back from the Andorians. There we go. I believe they have accepted. Do not see what either of us would stand to win from a war. We agree to enter into a pact of non-aggression. That's strange that you would, a militarist, say that you don't see a point in war, but all right, I'll take it. Okay, so this will take time to build up, but let's see if they'll be willing to offer other things. They're not really for like migration treaties and stuff, but that might be another further course to get trust up. But a trade deal may be the answer. Looks like they'll accept that, so I'll go with that. And if we're researching something they already have, like for example, if they have this warp technology we're researching, that would be nice for us. So let's confirm that. As it seems like they'll agree. Vulcans holding things back from us. The bastards. Okay. Looks like they also accepted that. Cool. Let's see if we get any bonuses. We can go ahead and get. Not that I see, but it might take a little bit of time to process. Oh, silicon life forms. So this is that anomaly. I think, anyway. Some kind of burrowing silicon-based life form inhabits a vast network of tunnels beneath the barren surface of Wolf 3593A. As best as we can tell, the creatures feed off rocks, and there is evidence to suggest that they possess a rudimentary form of intelligence. Their tunneling efforts have shuffled large amounts of valuable minerals into their surface. All right, so it does indeed give us resources. I was hoping that that may be the case. There's always a case of that, or possibility for that with anomaly, although sometimes there's just like events like you find a ship that's, you know, derelict or, you know, things like that. That can happen as well. Now, I think this is reminiscent of an episode from the original series, and that particular episode, the silicone life form was killing miners, and then Spock did a Vulcan mind meld with it and realized it was intelligent. I I don't know the name of the episode, but I think that may be what they're referring to, perhaps. Okay, cool. So we have more resources in this system. We're still working on the outpost, so we can't really take advantage of those resources at the moment. It's kind of good that we're getting our relationship up with the Andorians, because we may be butting up against their borders soon and getting some border friction, so it's good to get that now. I'm going to guess that most of these systems have not been surveyed by the Vulcans, so we don't really get much information on them, at least maybe that's my guess. In any case, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.